us.
Okay, great. Well, obviously I'm very proud of them. I thought they competed completely till the end. They came out fighters and finished as fighters. And I thought they represent the America East very proudly, which I know all the coaches in the American East were very proud of us, and I know our commissioner Amy is very proud of us. So we came out and we competed and represented our team very well and America East very well. I think that, and I told our team this, I think that, we were a 15th seed because we lost some games that we shouldn't have lost, and we should have been a 15th seed, but talent-wise and competitive-wise, we weren't really a 15th seed, and it really showed out there. I think West Virginia's a great team, but what it did for our team was prove to each and every one of them that they can play against anybody at any time, as long as you just fight and you play hard and stick to our system. And I think we did a great job. I mean, we outscored them in the second half, 36-34, and that started with defense and obviously finished with offense. And it hurt having Reese out. It really did, not having her out there, because that's 23 points a game. But I thought everybody else stepped up and had each other's backs and did a lot of great things out there for our team. So I'm very proud of them. I know our athletic director, Lee McElroy, is very proud of them, and his wife, Karen, and just all the families that were there. And we're truly grateful for all the support we had when we were here. And there were some Purple fans out there cheering for us, too, from LSU. But I'm very proud of them, and they're wonderful, empowered young women.
Thank you, Coach. Questions for the student athletes?
Did you get that second foul?
Just 1 second, Dave. Let's get the microphone. Identify yourself and pose the question.
David Pulse, Associated Press. Megan, you get the second foul and you have to go to the bench and you see them go on that run. What's going through your head when you're not out on the court right there?
Obviously it sucks not being out there because I need to be out there for my team, but what was going through my head was I needed to, as soon as I get out there, just play smart, stay poised, play smart, and just keep my hands up, because I knew if I got in foul trouble it would hurt my team. But knowing that I could be back in as soon as I could, I was getting ready for that and just waiting for that moment to come.
Right here? Yes, sir.
Chandler Rome, Baton Rouge Advocate. Shereesha, it's kind of the same question. You were plagued with foul trouble all night, and even before that, you couldn't really get in an offensive rhythm. What was going through your head as you're getting the fouls are mounting up and you couldn't get into your rhythm?
I just knew that I needed to play smarter, and I think I'm too aggressive sometimes. That is kind of my downfall, I think. I'm just so aggressive, I just want to make everything happen, and being in the foul trouble was bad on my part, because it's kind of selfish for my teammates, because I know they needed me out there. But at the same time, it's already done. All I had to do was go out, whenever I'm in, and do whatever I could.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Yes, sir.
Matt Harris, Baton Rouge Advocate. This is for all three of you. You look across the stat box, and the free throw shooting tonight is one that I think may stick out. How much do you think that affected the ball game, not being able to hit free throws to stop that run and having some opportunities, missed there to keep that lead kind of in close, a lot closer than it could have been?
Free throw tonight, our free throws just wouldn't fall tonight, and we worked on it, we did free throw, and we know that, that's where it was going to be, at the free throw line, but we just couldn't make it. We just couldn't make our free throw tonight.
And it's, not for, we didn't step up and make the shots that we needed to, myself included, but, West Virginia's a very aggressive team, and we knew they were going to foul a lot, and all we did all week was work on free throws, and sometimes when the moment comes, you got to knock it down, and we didn't. But yes, I think it had, if we had made all our free throws, we could have won the game. We missed almost 50% of them, so making those definitely would have had a big impact.
Question here? Yes, sir.
For all three of you, what was the message in the huddles when y'all went down, by so much in the first half, and at halftime, what was the message? Was it, come out and keep fighting in the second half, or was it let's go win?
Obviously, it was just to stay poised. We needed to play our game, stay in control, not let anything affect us, especially coming out of halftime. The score was 0-0 for us. We knew that we had to stay in control, stay poised, and get ready for the pressure that was going to be coming our way. But we just knew that we just had to be in control of ourselves. We had to take the correct shots, play the great defense that we could, and just play the game we're capable of.
Yes, sir.
This is for Sarah and Shereesha. How different is it when Megan's on the bench defensively there? I look in the paint. I think they got 6 or 8 of their points during that run going into the lane. It seemed like it was harder for the zone to get extended because you guys had to worry about kind of maybe packing some lanes a little more there. How different is it defensively when Megan's on there anchoring?
I mean, when Megan's not in the game, it makes a world of difference. Even for scouting, not many people can simulate, the presence that Megan has. You can pretend that, I can shoot over her or anything, but the reality is when you're in the paint and you see someone that's 6'9", you're trying to pass it out. And, I think we did a great job on number 20. She is their leading scorer, and we held it to 3 points, and that's a lot due in part to Megan. She alters everyone's shots. Everyone second guesses themselves every time they go in the paint, and and with her in the paint, that's how Reese and Imani and Tammy, that's how they go and get those steals, because they know that Megan has their back. If they get beat, then Megan's there to clean it up and get the rebound. And when she's not in there, we are much smaller. I know we're still very aggressive, we're still great rebounders, but we are a lot smaller, and I think that changes the mentality of the offense playing against us as well.
Did you want Shereesha and Megan to address that as well? You said, okay, that's fine. Any other questions for the student athletes? Thank you very much, ladies. You are dismissed now, and the coach will field a few more questions.
Coach, obviously with Megan on the bench and they went on that long run, did you ever consider putting her back in a little earlier? I saw you finally got exasperated at one point and just stomp your feet and put her in. Did you ever consider putting her in earlier?
I was stomping my feet. Yeah, I mean, it's a catch-22 because, I put Shereesha back in and she got her 3rd foul and she was diving for a loose ball. So it's obviously if coaches knew the magic answer, then we'd be millionaires and everybody'd want to do this. But yeah, I mean, I go back and forth. You go back and forth. I thought Tammy really stepped up. Tammy's a 3 guard, and she's 6 foot, and she's playing the 4, and she's getting rebounds. And what did she have? 9 rebounds for us. So she really stepped up. You just never know how the game's going to go. Shereesha's just super aggressive, which she's right. That is her downfall, which is a great downfall. But I knew that once I put Megan back in, he's a great coach, and he's going to go at her. He's going to go towards her. He's going to try to get her in foul trouble. So, I put Reese back in. She got her foul, and I put Megan back in. And so it's obviously they're the anchor of our team. So a lot of games that we struggled, they were, not out there on the floor. And so we've really had to teach them to, try to not be so aggressive and play straight up. And Megan is more moving your feet correctly and getting in the right spots. Reese is just like, calm down, because she wants to win the game in 5 minutes. So, but I thought we adjusted well. I mean, they weren't even out there, and we were pressing great. It was great watching our guards up there just pressing and getting steals, and, it makes the game exciting to watch like that.
David first, and then Scott, please.
Coach, you get it to 56-51, 7 minutes left, but then, they get it back to double digits, and it was basically almost done past then. How much of it was just so much energy to get it to that point? Was the team out of energy, or was it something you saw, or was it just had to spend all the energy to get it to that point?
Shereesha was on the bench, so scoring was different. But we were up, and they were breaking it a little bit, you know what I mean? But we had to, all of our plays were either having to go to Megan or to Sarah. So most of our plays go to Reese, that's our number 1 option, and then it goes to Megan, and then it goes to Sarah. And so obviously down the stretch you saw I was trying to get Sarah and Megan the ball as much as we could. So, it was tough having her out of there, but, she's just super aggressive, and, I thought that our team did a great job, and, their team did a great job. Their go-to player had 26 points, and their second go-to player had 20. So they did a great job offensively.
Scott Rabelais?
Scott Rabelais, The Advocate. Did you feel anything particular was working well for you in the second half when you were coming back? Anything that you were doing to them that was affecting them?
Our press. I didn't really think that we could press them like that, to be honest. But we were in a dogfight. Now we had to do something different. We had to change the momentum of the game. We had to get up and press them a little bit more. And and obviously some of their players played 34, 35 minutes. Obviously their bench is a little bit deeper than ours. But I was proud that we could get up and press like that. I actually told my assistant coach, I told you we could do that. But she was like, I don't know if we're going to do that. But I thought we could. I thought we could get up and press them a little bit. And you know, a lot of you haven't seen us play a lot, but that's kind of our mojo. You know what mojo is? Okay. That's kind of what we do. You know, we get up and we put a lot of pressure because we really need to keep Megan out of foul trouble. So, you know, a lot of people try to go at her, and so we try to play up and press, and it's a lot of fun. Our players like it. They get a lot of energy, and I mean, gosh, Megs and Margarita and Sarah played 40 minutes of that. So they're tough. That's tough to do. And against a Big 12 team, I'm so proud of them. And Tammy played 40 minutes. I mean, 40 minutes of pressing like that, so that's way different than sitting back and just playing, you know, our zone defense or sitting back and playing man. I mean, we were up pressing for the second half for 20 minutes straight. So I'm proud of them. They didn't quit. They played as hard as they could. They were diving on the floor for loose balls. They were all over the floor. I told them I wanted purple, even more purple on the floor, dive on those loose balls, get those loose balls. So, I mean, that's what we did in halftime. I said, just get at it, get after it. We have nothing to lose, so let's go for it.
Scott, follow up.
And last year you lost by 5, right, to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Do you feel after this game that you were a little closer, maybe to breaking through and getting a win, even though the point differential was a little more? Or do you feel like, especially with the experience that your players have now, I know you have, like I said, you have a lot of returning players next year who now have 2 NCAA games, or 3, I guess, in some cases in their folder now.
I feel like it's exactly the same, to be honest. Like, our free throws again, and you know, we were shooting free throws and free throws and free throws. I said maybe we shouldn't shoot so many free throws this week. You know, we were shooting. You got to make 10 in a row before you leave. You got to make 10 in a row. You know, I mean, I think it's kind of the same. It was a lot of the same, but we were going into the we went into the post last year. We could shoot some threes a little bit more with Lindsay Lowry and Ebony and Julie, but I thought we could run our sets a little bit better this year than last year. It wasn't as easy to run our sets against North Carolina, so we learned from that. It had nothing to do with West Virginia. I think they did great, but we were able to run our normal sets this year, where last year it wasn't as good.
Any other questions for Coach? Coach, a 28-5 season is better than mojo. It's great coaching and it's a great season. Over here in Louisiana, we'd say you put the Greek